So let's just look at the gradient of parallel and perpendicular lines. If lines are parallel, then they must have the same gradient. Alright, so if line AB is parallel to line CD, then the gradient of AB is equal to the gradient of CD. Please note that this is lowercase. Please don't make it uppercase, it's a lowercase m. Alright, if lines are perpendicular, then the product of their gradients is equal to -1. So if you take the gradient of EF and multiply it with the gradient of GH, and you get -1, then the lines are perpendicular. So we're going to have a look at these examples. It's find the gradients of the following lines, then the line parallel, the line perpendicular, parallel, perpendicular, parallel, and perpendicular. Alright, so I will repeat the question. You can also pause on that screen and get the questions if you'd like. So for the first one, they ask the line that is parallel to 4x minus 2y equal to 8. And remember, they're asking only for the gradient. So we need to get this in standard form. So I'm going to kick the x over because we want y alone. Kicking the x over, it was positive, it becomes negative. And this was already positive, it's staying where it was. And then we divide by -2. And what I do to one term, I must do to all the terms. This is y equal to positive 2x minus 4. So the gradient of the line that we're looking for is 2, because they will have the same gradient. Please note that this isn't the line that we're looking for. This is just the line that it's parallel to. Okay. The second question asks the gradient of the line that is perpendicular to this. Okay. Now we've already rewritten this, so I'm going to write that again. It's 2x minus 4. So the gradient of the line that we're looking for multiplied by this gradient must give me -2, -1, because they are perpendicular to each other. To get rid of multiply by 2, you divide by 2, but what you do on one side, you must do to the other, and that's going to leave me with the gradient of this line equal to -1/2. Okay, now if you compare 2 and -1/2, you'll notice that 2 is the same as 2 over 1. So it is the reciprocal. So this flipped onto its head, the reciprocal of this with an opposite sign. Okay, and that's a rule for any perpendicular lines. Then number 3, you have the line parallel to 6y minus 8x equal to 9. We want to get y alone, so I'm going to kick the x over, it's going to become positive, and this was already positive, so it stays positive. Then we're going to divide by 6 throughout, and this is going to give me y, and don't be afraid to use your calculator for this, because we're not testing your fractions, we are only testing your straight line knowledge. Okay, so that's the line that the gradient that we're looking for is parallel to. And parallel means they have the same gradient, so it's 4/3. Okay. Then for number 4, we want the line that is perpendicular to this same line, 6y minus 8x. No, sorry. It's a different question. It says the line that is perpendicular to 3y minus 7x equal to 17. So let's have a look at that line. So we want the line that is perpendicular to 3y minus 7x equal to 17. So first we need to get this in standard form to figure out what this one's gradient is. And remember, the gradient that we're looking for is only perpendicular to this line. So this line is just the stepping board. It is a step in the right direction. So we want the y alone. 7x becomes positive. This was already positive. We're going to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. That gives me y equal to 7 over 3x plus 17 over 3. Okay. Now, the gradient that we are looking for is the reciprocal of this. It's 3 over 7, and then with an opposite sign. This one is positive, so we want it negative. This is what we're looking for. If you're unsure how I got that, what I did is I said the lines must be perpendicular. So 7 over 3 times the gradient that we're looking for is equal to negative 1. So multiplied both sides by 3 to get rid of the denominator 3. And then I divided by 7 on both sides to get m alone. Okay, so you can just remember that rule. Then number 5, you don't need to do any calculations. You can just remember the rule is what I mean. We want the line that's parallel to y equal to negative 2x plus 4. Parallel means they have the same gradient. This one is already in standard form, so we just say the same gradient as that line. And then we want perpendicular to this line. So it's going to be the reciprocal of 2, which is a half, and opposite sign, so it's positive. And there we go. In the next video, we'll do finding the equation.